Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. In today's episode, I wanted to talk on biopic movies being done right. Because, no, there's at times when I'll look up a movie and they'll be like, oh, this character is not real, or this character is real, or this actually happened, or this didn't happen. And I'm like, fam, the whole article, or that, when you go to those types of websites, the whole thing should say, this movie is accurate. Everything in the movie actually happened. But no, I just recently watched the Gran Turismo movie. And I'm over here thinking that the one dude that played in Stranger Things, like, I'm thinking like he was based off of an actual guy. He wasn't. They said his character was fictional, and I'm trying to think of some other movies where it was like, oh, I think American Sniper. There was like the guy, the distance. I think they said that because there was in that movie. There was like this like well-known like terrorist sniper, and I think it was him. See, that's the thing where I'm like, I don't even know what is true or not, and based on the true story movies, look. A movie should not have you questioning on whether, if it says based on a true story, then fam, you need to tell the story right, alright? It's one thing if you like, forget to add something in there, but it's like to change up things for the Hollywood effect. Nah, bruh. I'm like, either, because that's something where I'm like, if there's ever a day where I get to that level where they are thinking of making a movie about me, or even if it was on some stuff right now, like, for one, I think a movie should always be done about it depends. I think, like, if the movie is based off of a person and they're still alive, then I'm like, okay, then they need to say like inspired by a true story. Because I'm like, I feel like there should be a difference. I know they're like inspired by true events. So I think it needs to be that. I think a movie needs to say based on a true story or inspired by true events, which means if it's inspired by true events, we don't know the story, but we know the events, okay? And then based on a true story should be like, okay, everything that you see in this movie actually had happened, all right? But it should be done, how it was done in real life. Because, no, there was, in Gran Turismo, they showed where I don't know if I should. I don't know. I feel like based on true story movies, like you can't really spoil them because I feel I don't know. I guess depending on the situation and who it's about, I feel like for the Tupac movie, of course, and that I wanted to talk. There's so many based on true story movies I gotta talk on, but no, with the Gran Turismo movie, there was a scene in there where the main character had flipped his car. When I read about that, they said that didn't happen until like later on in his career. But for Hollywood's sake, that they put it in to make it seem like, oh, that was like in the beginning of his career. And I'm like, fam, why would you guys change it up like that? I mean, the movie could have been about just him and his career until like an achievement of his. Until I'm like, I felt like, the whole movie was, kind of an achievement, but I felt like it should have been done differently in things. Cause I was like, I read that and I'm like, fam, why do it differently? Like, why? I'm like, that just don't make no sense to me. Like, that's like if they were doing a movie about me and they're all like, oh, TMossBoss, he got into Twitch streaming at first and then he got into YouTube. No, I did not. Do not lie to the people like that. At some point in time, I got into Twitch streaming, but I didn't get into Twitch streaming until 2021, or it was like late 2020, and then I didn't start doing it full time until 2021. So I'm like, if anybody gonna tell the story, it's gonna be me. I'm like, that's something. Then even when the person, cause no, the movie American Sniper, I'm just gonna be just bouncing around all different types of movies. Pause on the bouncing around part. But anyways, no, the movie American Sniper, the man wrote a book, and I don't know if he was over. I did get a chance to read his book, but I know he did write a book, and at some point in time, I should read that book. But so, anyways, if that book was a biopic about like his, or not a biopic, but a biography, what do they call a bio book? I don't know, bro. Anyways, if that book was based off of his life, then I'm like, fam, they should have just went based off of that book. But I'm like, if you don't change nothing, leave every detail, everything how it was. Because I think, for that American Sniper movie, they did say that they changed the distance of how far he shot like some like terrorist sniper or something. And then I'm trying to think of some other things. Like, yeah, there are some things that they forgot to, change, or not so much as change, but they changed it for no reason. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, they just changed it for no reason and stuff. For one, I'm gonna just say this right now, is that lately on videos, more so podcast episodes, but I'll get the fumbling over my words and then have to do the whole episode all over again. So I'm gonna just say right now, I'm not doing that, all right? Because it's starting to annoy me. I did that crap last night. I've been doing this crap for I don't know how long. I don't know what's going on with me, but it's starting to annoy me, all right? Just wanted to throw that out there real quick. So if this episode is just me fumbling across my words a lot, I would like to just apologize right now. But I'm getting through this episode, and I don't care how many times I mess up, all right? So anyways, but no, the Tupac movie. Now, that movie, I had to say, was a very inaccurate movie. Now, I might have not known the man Tupac, but there were people that were involved in this movie that knew that man. For one, Jada Pinkett Smith. So there is a scene in that movie where Tupac, I guess, brought her out to this lake, read this poem to her and things. Jada Pinkett Smith, she came out and said that never happened. She was like, what are you talking about? Then there was another scene that involved Jada Pinkett Smith where Tupac, he was starting to act all like wild and crazy and stuff. And Jada had approached him and was like trying to talk him out of acting all wild and crazy. That never happened either. Jada said she wasn't even there. I think she said that she did read his poem, but she had never went to approach him about his behavior. So I'm like, fam, why would you guys add that in the movie? What was the reason? But no, there was a scene where I was like, okay, if you do not know for sure if that had happened, you should not be adding stuff like that into the movie. That at that point, I'm like, I feel like it's really messed up because it's like Tupac's not even here to defend himself. So it's like, but no, the funny thing is like, so the scene that they wanted to add, this was, I guess, with the previous director, writer, whoever it was that was behind the movie and things. But anyways, it was this guy named John Singleton. And, I'm not trying to be disrespectful because I know that John Singleton, he's no longer here with us. But I felt like that scene would have been very messed up to add, even though Tupac came out on an interview and said he said this years ago before he passed. It was but I think it was right after he got out of jail or prison. But anyways, he goes on to say, if anybody would have tried to take advantage of me in prison, I would not be alive today and things. Overall, saying that because they, I guess, that radio host, she used to be a radio host. Then she had a talk show, but then she just spiraled out of control and just, started doing some crazy stuff. But anyways, Wendy Williams. So she was spreading a rumor that Tupac was assaulted in a certain way in prison. And I'm thinking to myself, like, how do you know that? Okay, how do you know that? How does anybody know that besides the people that are in prison and Tupac himself? If you do not know that, you do not need to be speaking on that type of stuff. If you have not seen it with your own eyes, you do not need to be speaking about that type of stuff. It's those types of things where I'm like, fam, I could just say for myself, like, I've been on that other end of the stick where people have tried to spread rumors about me. I remember the one guy, he was trying to say that my parents was adopted, and I'm like, how do you know that information? Who told you? My thing is this: who told you that? Because for one, I am not gonna hide that, okay? And then two, it's like, why would that be like the topic of discussion? Who cares? You know what I mean? Adopted kids is out there, but anyways. But, that's if they were to add that into the movie, or, if they were doing a movie about me, they was like, TMossBoss was adopted. I'm like, who said that? The thing is this. If that ever is the case, where if a movie is being made about me or whatever, YouTube video, short, I don't know. But anyways, okay, a short film, if they start adding in some stuff that have never happened, I'm like, and I'm still here to talk on it, I'm like, okay, you and I both know that never happened. Why not consult? No, actually, no, they did try to do that to Mike Tyson. So there was I guess they came out with a TV. I wonder if they still got that show, or if it is a show on Hulu. I don't know if it was a show or a movie, but anyways, Mike Tyson show, Hulu. Yeah, they was all like, that show only went to season 2 because Mike Tyson, Mike Tyson biopic series, Mike TV series. Okay, there we go. It premiered. There was like this series received mixed reviews from critics and was heavily criticized by Tyson for being made without his involvement nor compensation. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, how are you gonna do a movie about him? And it's like, that's why that, or not movie, but show. It's like, how you guys gonna do this show about him and then not even consult with him about it and stuff? I'm like, I don't get that. That's something where I'm like, fam, if you guys are actually going to, do something about me, talk with me. It ain't like Mike Tyson is no longer here with us. And I know it'll probably be on some stuff where like, well, maybe they couldn't get a hold of him. Okay, then that's probably a sign that show should not come out. But do you think that if you're gonna make a show or a movie or something about somebody and then they don't know about it, how do you, or it, like, or yeah, they're just never gonna find out about it? Fam, as big as Mike Tyson is, I think people are going to find out. Now, I know people will probably be all like, oh, maybe he's trying to hide something. Maybe they were going to talk on some stuff that he didn't want them to talk about. Then that is Mike Tyson and his personal business. Now, I know probably at some point in time, I can see them doing that, making a movie about Suge Knight, because, and that's somebody that like crossed my mind where I'm like, I would be curious to see what a movie about him would be like. But at the same time, though, it's like, is that movie going to be accurate, or are people, and I'm not trying to defend who Suge Knight is, but at the same time, it's like, I done heard some stories about this man, and I'm just kind of curious to see, what would that movie be like, so, yeah, it's, I am, like, yeah, I think if they were to do something like that, I'm not saying that, I wouldn't watch it. I obviously will watch it if it comes out on a platform. It should come out, ooh, what platform would it come out on, though? I feel like Stars will probably take up some stuff like that. I feel like 50 Cent will be behind it. And then, yeah, I could definitely see 50 Cent coming out with a Suge Knight biopic. And or even a TV show. Because I'm like, I feel like if there's anybody that's going to be able to do that, because 50 Cent, he has power. He has all these different shows. I feel like he would tell a very accurate story and he wouldn't have nothing to well, then again, I don't know. He might be a producer for the show, but I don't think he would like write the show out or anything, because I feel like somebody will try to allude to the idea like, oh, 50 Cent, he's snitching and all that stuff. If he were to put a TV show out and it talks on like Suge Knight and his upbringings, because I'm pretty sure, yeah, a lot of crimes will be getting told and stuff. That would be a curious show. I would like to see something about Suge Knight and things, but hopefully it ain't on some stuff where they're all like, oh, this actually happened, or this didn't actually happen, or this, I'm like, bruh, I know, bruh, if it happened, then it show it. If it didn't, then don't show it, alright? But yeah, it's like they need to start doing that with like TV shows and movies if it's based off of something. And I'm like, and then if something is too old, like I know that they've done things about Abraham Lincoln. I think they did do a movie about him, and I'm like, I was thinking that. I remember when not watching the movie, but just seeing that they were doing the movie. I'm like, how would anybody have known like who Abraham? I guess like, yeah, you can't go based off of stories and all that stuff. But I think there was an interview, of when they talked on the day he got assassinated. But other than that, I'm like, that probably has to be like the oldest thing, Abraham Lincoln, or like just some material that you can find. But I'm like, I don't know, bruh. That's something where I'm like, I would be curious, I guess, like, how would that go about? I should watch that movie to see. But, yeah, it's like, how would you overall know, though? I feel like with a situation like that, it's like something that happened like back in the 1800s and things. Like, how would anybody know, or how would you tell the Abraham Lincoln story, So, yeah, it's just, there's some things where I'm like, I don't know. It's like, I guess, like, if it's done right, then okay, but if not, and it's just only done for the Hollywood effect, then I'm like, yeah, bro, it's probably best to, leave that stuff alone, man. I think, I think it's stuff where I'm like, if books and all that. I wonder if, he probably never did Abraham Lincoln. I don't know if he ever did write a book, or did Abraham Lincoln write, no, that's not it. That was wrong, right? Write a book. Probably not. Oh, did he? Oh, there was numerous books. Abraham Lincoln, his politics, statement, who Sarah 16 president. List of books by Arthur Abraham Lincoln. But is it like the Abraham Lincoln that we know, speeches and writings? So they got like some stuff, I guess. But it's not like, no, it's like, they ain't like books by him. It's like books about him and stuff. See, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, nobody don't really know who Abraham Lincoln was besides like the people that was around that time. But I'm like, ain't nobody still here to this day that can tell an Abraham Lincoln story and things. So yeah, that's just one of those things where I'm like, I don't know, man. Depending on the situation, it might be a good story, but if not, then I'm like, it's probably best to just leave it alone. All right, so. But anyways, and that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode. Make sure you follow me across all social media platforms at TMossBoss. And if you're viewing this on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. Thank you guys for stopping by today's episode, and peace.